Well, Max, maybe first just kind of take us through the emotions of coming out here to Penticton for rookie camp in the tournament. Just maybe what you're looking forward to the most and what you're looking to impress on.
Like obviously it's a very exciting opportunity and there's a lot of nerves going on, but I mean due to the COVID the last few years we weren't able to do this, and so it's just really exciting to come out here and finally come out and play the other team's prospects, see how you stack up against everyone.
And then maybe talk about just kind of the whirlwind of your draft here. You know, playing a AAA earlier that year, getting into Moose Jaw, and seventh round pick, and you're just kind of building from there. Maybe talk us through the emotions of that.
Yeah, I mean obviously it was like you start off in midget AAA, you're playing against like 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and then we got into the bubble that year, and don't really know what to expect. You're kind of going in blind to that sort of thing, and then I just played my game, and things just kind of worked out, and was lucky enough to get drafted by the Oilers, and now I'm here to make an impression.
Was it completely unexpected? Did you have any conversations with the team or anything like that beforehand, or were you kind of surprised to be picked that year?
I mean, like you hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. So I was going into the draft hoping to get drafted by any team, and so luckily I got picked by the Oilers. But I don't know, kind of glass half empty going into it, I would say.
How was your first full? How would you kind of describe your first full year in the WHL?
I thought it was really good. I mean, I started off like a bit slower, but I mean, as you progress and get used to things, you get a little more confident and you play a bit better. And I felt like I made a lot of progress from the start of the year to the end.
In talking to scouts here and also around the league, it seems like it was a big developmental year for you, and you were able to kind of turn some heads in a very positive way. What was the biggest thing that maybe clicked for you last season, your first full season in the WHL, that you can maybe build on heading into this weekend?
Well, I think it was just staying healthy and finally getting like opportunities to get into the lineup and like have a permanent role. And we were playing a full season finally. It wasn't a 24 game in the bubble. So I just think a combination of those things just allowed me to get into a rhythm and a groove and just play my game.
For Oiler fans that aren't familiar with your game, how would you describe it? And is there an NHL comparable that you think you kind of model your game after, or kind of watch closely to maybe pick and choose some intricacies that they have in their game?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like I play like a similar game to like Adam Larson. He used to play here, and I mean, I try and play like a two-way game, but I do play defense first, and I try and play it hard. I play a hard-nosed game, so hopefully that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, it looks like you and Philip Broberg were paired together, and it looks like you guys will make up the top pairing heading into tomorrow against Winnipeg. What are the conversations like in a tournament like this? Like, is there a lot of conversation to work off of each other? Maybe give us the rundown there.
I mean, you just try and treat it like anything else, and just go out there and do a job. And I mean, the more you think about it, maybe the more nervous you get, so you try not talk about it as much, but I don't know. We'll see how things go, I suppose.
Of course, everyone that's participating in this tournament, their big dream is to make the NHL and be an NHL regular one day. When you look at your journey now, leading up to this moment, Max, how would you describe it, and how would you describe yourself in that journey?
I mean, I was pretty fortunate. I had some lucky bounces for sure, but I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to your work ethic and how hard you're willing to work. Because when you see the guys in midget AAA and junior, and every level you move up, you see the work ethic difference. The guys up here work so much harder than the guys do in AAA and junior, and so it's all about just wanting more out of yourself and just taking things a day at a time.
And in seeing that, how have you kind of developed and kind of also taken on that more work ethic as you try to impress here?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to do the best you can. Like, everybody's here trying to compete for a spot and make an impression, so you just got to play to the best of your abilities.
And then, so how foundational was that opportunity to go to main camp last year? What did you kind of experience, going up against some of the best, and did you learn a lot about yourself in that experience?
Yeah, that was pretty eye-opening for sure. I mean, it's like coming out of the draft. You go from playing junior against like pretty good guys, but now you're playing against the best players in the world, and it's pretty eye-opening. I like to say it's like it's twice the learning rate when you're playing at a pro camp as it is in junior, and like that's super true. You got to be like a sponge and just absorb as much as you can.
Is there a conversation that maybe stuck out to you the most in main camp last year that you maybe hold on to? Did you have a conversation with some of the big guys?
Yeah, I mean, like they're all super nice, and they just they just go out there and they treat it like a job, and so that's what ideally like I want to do in the future. Just go out there and treat it like my job. Just do it to the best of my abilities, and who knows?